Yo guys, how's it going? AK Moto here, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to show you guys how to do an oil change for your Honda CRF450L or 450RL. It's going to be the same for all the model years all the way up to 2026 is going to be the most current one as of the making of this video. Same for all model years, this is how you do it. Let's get right into this. So this here is my CRF450L. This one in particular is a 2019. Just got doing a whole supermoto build to it. Been putting some miles on this bike. Really have been having a lot of fun on this bike, and it is time to do our first oil change. Now the factory service manual states every 600 miles, and then right now here if I look at my trip B, I am at 793. So I'm actually going to be running the 800 mile oil change intervals. Some people will even push them up to 1,000. For anybody who rides any street bikes, you'll know that 600 miles is a very low interval in terms of an oil change interval. Reason is this bike has based off of the Honda CRF450R motor. Now it's not the same motor, but that's how, or sorry, that is the design it is based off of. So of course having a race engine design requires more frequent oil changes. Now because my bike is a supermoto and I ride it on the street, I'm going to be pushing it to 800 miles. I feel very, very comfortable doing so, and in reality I could probably push it to 1,000 miles without any issues. There's plenty of people online who do that, but I don't have any problem with an 800 mile oil change interval. It's not like I daily this bike. This is something I ride when I want to go out and have fun. We're just a couple of miles away from 800 miles on this oil change, so let's get right into this. Let's take a look at what we're going to need to do an oil change on this bike. And here's a look at everything we're going to need for the oil change. So, of course, you're going to need some oil. This is what I run in my bike, Maxima Pro Plus 4-stroke, 1040 in the weight. The OEM recommendation is 1030. Now, I live in a hotter climate, Central Texas, so it's hot most of the year here. So I am going just a little bit thicker at 1040. If you live in a really, really hot climate or you're seeing some really, really high temps, you can even go up to 1050. But I'm comfortable just running a 1040 year round just because, again, my climate tends to be just a little bit hotter here in South Central Texas. I prefer to do the oil filter with every oil change. These oil filters are relatively inexpensive and they're pretty small, so I always like to replace them every single time. Now you don't have to replace the O-rings every single time, but here I just have a little bolt oil change O-ring kit, and I'm going to install some new O-rings here today for the video. Of course, you're going to need a way to measure out the oil, and then sockets wise, I just have a 3/8 ratchet with the extension, and then we are going to need an 8, a 10 millimeter socket, and then this is a 10 millimeter Allen key for the drain bolt. And then of course you're going to need an oil drain pan as well, but we have everything we need right here. Let's get started with the oil change. Now the first step is going to be removing the skid plate. I actually already have the skid plate off of this bike right now, but that's just 3 bolts. 2 at the front and then 1 here at the back of the stock skid plate. So if you're running the stock skid plate, super easy to remove. So here I moved the bike in my garage to try and give you guys some better lighting, but as a first step I'm going to remove this left side little plastic cover here on top of the ignition cover. So we need to remove this to access our oil filter cover right over here. So we're just going to remove this, just a couple 8mm bolts, and then I'm also just going to loosen our fill plug. It's always best practice whether you're working on, it doesn't even have to be a motorcycle, but anything, a car, always loosen up your fill plug, make sure that'll come out before you actually drain the oil. And then here to remove this cover, I'm just gonna press down on the shift lever. Sometimes you gotta roll the bike forward or back a little bit to get it all the way down to where it's clicking into gear, and this will just give us a little bit more space to wiggle this on out. Alrighty guys, we are now ready to drain the oil. Here we're just gonna loosen this little Allen bolt here at the bottom of the engine case. Lefty loosey, righty tighty like normal. There we go. And then while we are waiting for the engine oil to finish up draining, I'm going to remove this oil filter cover here. Just going to do these 2 little 8mm screws. Obviously my cover here isn't the prettiest. Eventually I plan on getting a little aluminum one to replace this one, and I'll probably replace the screws as well. But yeah, just removing these 2 little 8mm screws. And then go ahead and move your drain pan if you have to, because a lot of the times there will be some oil left in here as well. And then out will come our oil filter right here. There's a little spring behind that. You want to make sure not to lose that. and then the oil filter just kind of comes off the housing just like this. And then right over here I have our drain plug. I just recently replaced this one with a brand new one. So my seal on it is actually, literally only been used once. So I'm just gonna reuse this O-ring. I've only used it for one oil change so far. Now for this seal here on the oil filter cover, I don't think I've ever replaced it, so I'm gonna do that right now. And then when installing a new one, you can just get a little bit of oil off of your fingers and just get a really light coating of oil on the O-ring, and then it just goes right back into place. And then when we go to install our new oil filter onto the bike, just to show you guys the orientation while we're here on the workbench, when we install it onto the bike, there's going to be this side of the oil filter with a little rubber seal and a hole. This side will face the oil pump cover just like that. It should almost have a slight press fit to it. And then the spring will go just right behind the oil filter just like that. And this is the assembly that you will bolt into the bike. And then you see this little hole right here will face upwards. Now don't worry, the way Honda designed this, it's physically impossible to bolt this cover on the wrong way. So just keep that in mind, you physically can't get it wrong. But this little hole here, this little oil jet's gonna face upwards. Here the oil is all done draining. I'm gonna reinstall our drain plug. Now the service manual states to oil the threads, and obviously the threads here in the case are gonna have a lot of oil from the oil draining, so that's not really something I ever worry about. Just naturally lots of oil is gonna end up here on the threads. Now of course there is an official torque spec for the drain bolt there. I'll put it on the screen if you wanna go that route, but I really recommend just doing it by hand and just making sure not to over tighten your drain bolt. This bike really does not need a lot of torque on the drain bolt, and they're easy to strip out because they are an Allen head. A lot of people run into an issue where they'll strip the drain bolt or they'll break it somehow, and it just becomes a real big pain on these bikes. So again, really make sure you don't over torque the drain bolt on these bikes. They become very hard to remove. So here I'm just gonna use my same 3/8 ratchet I used to remove it, and I'm just gonna grab pretty far up on the handle here, and I'm just gonna turn it until it stops. I'm not really gonna go crazy trying to snug it down, and that's pretty much all we need. Remember, you have an O-ring there to seal, and you're gonna be good. Next, we are going to reinstall our oil filter cover. Again, it'll only go on one way, so don't worry too much. And then the longer of the two bolts will go in the bottom, and the shorter bolt will go on top. And I'll put the torque spec on the screen for these bolts, but again, same thing here. I really don't go too tight, just nice and lightly snug. Just like that. So we have the drain plug installed and our oil filter is installed as well. We can put this plastic end cover back. Same process as removing it. And then I just realized it actually looks like you only have to take out these 3 bolts. I don't know why. For some reason I took out a 4th bolt right here that actually doesn't hold the cover in place. Brain fart right there, I don't know. So yeah, just the 3 bolts here is what you have to remove. Here we're done with everything we need to do here at the bottom of the engine. I'm gonna reinstall our skid plate. It's just gonna be the 3 bolts. And just like that, we are ready to add new oil. Now, I'll put the oil capacity on the screen right now. It gives us 2 numbers for, or actually gives us 3 numbers, one for just the oil change, one for oil and filter, and one for complete disassembly. Today, we're gonna be doing the 1.22 quarts for the oil and filter, and that works out to right around 39 or 40 fluid ounces. So we're gonna fill that into the engine right now. And just like that, the oil change is all done. Here I'm gonna start up the bike, let it run for about a minute or two, and then we're gonna turn the bike off, let it cool down, let all the oil settle back into the bottom of the engine. Then we're gonna get a oil level readout just to make sure we're right where we need to be. So let's start up the bike, let it run for just a minute or so, and then we'll get that oil level reading. Alrighty, the engine has cooled down. Now we can get our oil level measurement. Now, of course, when getting this measurement, you want to get the bike as close to vertical as possible. So you want to hold the bike upright so you get the most accurate measurement. Alrighty, so it looks like we're about halfway up the cross hatching. I'm gonna add just looks like probably 2 more ounces of oil, and then we should be good to go. And that is how we do an oil change on the Honda CRF450L. I just went in and reset my trip B meter. I use that one again for my oil changes, just so I can keep track exactly how many miles, that I've done since my last oil change. Got that reset, and we are good to go for another 800 miles. Honestly, I feel pretty good about doing the 800 mile interval, just 200 miles more than the stock interval, and obviously this bike's only gonna be seeing street usage, so it's not really gonna see the same dirty conditions that you'll see in a lot of off-roading. And honestly, I don't really see any super big inclination to push it all the way to 1,000. Again, you know, I ride this bike for fun. I don't really daily this bike or anything, so it's not like I'm stacking daily driver type of miles on it, so yeah. Hope you guys have enjoyed this quick little video on the CRF450L oil change. If you guys haven't seen my build videos or my whole build series on this bike, I highly recommend checking them out. We just got done building this bike into the Supermoto form that it's in right now. Haven't seen that? Definitely check it out. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.